Alright, so I got a funny video today. Video topic is what I miss about being mentally disabled. So, in case you haven't been following my channel, I was mentally disabled. I've been rehabilitating myself for the last 15 months, and my IQ has definitely increased significantly in that time. So, when I had an IQ of 70, you know, working jobs was hard. Alright, now I got a job in McDonald's in Carrickmines in April 2019, so that's nearly 3 years ago. And yeah, so when I worked at McDonald's Carrickmines, the job was very difficult. Okay, all the tasks were difficult. Chicken match was very difficult. The grill was very difficult. It took me months to get the hang of those two stations. Sweeping the floor was difficult. Working on lobby was difficult. Taking out bins was difficult. Everything was difficult. So it was just really easy to find a job that actually challenged me. So that's one of the advantages of having a low IQ. So if you're in that position, if you have an IQ of 70, I would strongly urge you to just try to be positive about your condition. All right, and of course, I got through my 3 month probation period. I was very lucky. Um, and I think one of the reasons I got through the probation period was because fast food, there's such a high turnover rate. So many people just don't show up for shifts. So many people quit. It's just people don't take the job seriously. So having a high IQ, having a low IQ of 70, and showing up for work on time, working hard. I managed to outperform those who just weren't arsed. Okay, and yeah. So look, it's really funny. I mean, people get a good laugh out of me having a low IQ and stuff like that. It's kind of funny. It lightens up your day a bit, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it did get boring after a while though, because I was put on the same two stations or same three stations all the time: chicken batch and grill, and the lobby. Yeah, the lobby, the famous lobby. Um. So yeah, but now my 15 months have passed. My IQ is higher. I'm not challenge. I still work at McDonald's. I don't find the work challenging. It's a problem because I like to be challenged. I actually like failing. I failed so much in my life. I actually enjoy it. I like to be criticized. Not to the point where I get fired. Of course, if you walk into a job and they just get rid of you. Well, okay, that's you want to avoid that. Okay, because that has happened to me before. So yeah, now I feel like when you have a higher IQ and my IQ is still on the rise, you have to do all this stuff. You have to, if you want to get a challenging job, it's a lot more difficult. You have to I don't know, go to college, do a degree, get some sort of qualification, and it's difficult because let's say I wanted to go to college. If I want to do one of those 4 year college courses, if I don't have parents who are willing to pay for me, then I have to fucking take out student loan debts, take out student loans and go into debt. And I'll probably have to, go to college during the day and then work at McDonald's in the evening time to make enough money to pay for rent and stuff. So yeah, it's very complicated. So when I had an IQ of 70, I looked at all these other people who found working at McDonald's really easy. The guys who are studying, let's say, engineering, psychology, law, and I was thinking, geez, those guys have it easy. Those guys are living the life. But no, they're not living the life. They have a shit life. Because they work a job that bores the crap out of them. They're probably like, yeah, take out while I was, enthusiastic and determined and ready to give it my best shot. And so yeah, I think the whole point is, in life sometimes you want to be somewhere, you want to get to a point, and you think, once I get to this point in life, then I'm going to be happy. But then you get to that point and you're not happy, and you're like, oh, I wish I was at that point I was at 2 years ago. So yeah, when I had a low IQ and I was working at McDonald's, I was there thinking, damn, when my IQ improves, my life's going to get so much better. But now that my IQ has gotten higher, I'm like, oh damn, I wish I could go back in time and have a low IQ again. So yeah, it's that's the way it is. And I think working at McDonald's, I think the assistant manager was a bit sneaky. He tried to encourage me to quit a few times. Like I remember when I worked at McDonald's in Carrickmines, there was a KFC just beside McDonald's in Carrickmines, and there was a sign up saying walk-in interviews. And so I looked at that, and I thought, and I was just talking about it at the table when I was having my break, and the assistant manager heard me talking about the walk-in interviews at KFC, and he said, "Oh, Mark, you should go in there and get a walk-in interview. Yeah, I'll write you a reference." You know, and I'm like, I don't think he'd be saying that to me if I was a highly valuable crew member, because the way I see it was, back then I was not good at my job. I was kind of bad, but I wasn't bad enough for them to fire me. So I was probably a little bit above that threshold for them to fire me. So he probably tried to encourage me to quit because of that. So yeah, my advice is just try to enjoy where you are at the moment. Um, so that'll be my advice. Because I seem to have more fond memories working in Carrick Mines than I do in because Coolock, because I work in McDonald's in Coolock now. It's a different McDonald's restaurant. Jesus, it's very cloudy today. As you can see out the old window, you can't really see, can you? No, not. You can't see with this camera. But yeah, so yeah, having a job that challenges you is one of my goals in life, and having to study for a qualification to get a job that challenges me is a pain in the arse. And just to be able to walk into a job and be challenged, man, I miss those days.